What is up, everybody? Shriners Open, TPC Summerlin, back another week. Sanderson wasn't the best week. We had a few guys in the mix on Sunday. We had Aaron Wise, we had Corey Connors, who Corey Connors was T1 after 4 holes, started like birdie, eagle, something like that. And he just went full Corey Connors after he had like a par five. Par five, he was in the middle of the fairway, decided to lay up to like 130 yards and ended up making bogey. Then from there, I was like, all right, this is done. Like, I'm not watching this anymore. But it's a new week. We hit a winner week 1, so it's not like we're in a bad spot. But yeah, I'm ready. I'm excited for Shriners this week. It's gonna be another birdie fest. Par 71, not long, 7,100 yards. It's gonna be driver wedge, and a lot of the holes 40% of approach shots come from 125 to 175 yards. So, like, it's not anything special. It's going to be another birdie fest as we're getting in this fall swing every other week. So, let's get right into the odds and get into some of my bets. And we have BK, Usti, Webb, and Answer as the 4 guys under 20 on DraftKings. But this is a really good week to shop around for lines because they're very different on like every single book. I didn't take any of these guys here. I did bet Webb T10. He has insane course history. He literally gains in all 4 categories almost every single time he plays here. So like Webb should play really, really well here. Yes, DraftKings does have horrible odds this week. They usually have great odds. I don't know why they're this bad. Yeah, I took none of these guys from the top 4 in the outright market. Abe Answer was number 1 in my model handedly, but I don't think we get back-to-back like model guys winning because obviously Sam Burns was the number 1 in your guys' models last week, as he should be, and if he wasn't, you probably were making a bad model. But yeah, that's very rare for the number 1 guy in the model to win, especially back-to-back weeks. And yeah, Abe Answer makes a lot of sense here. He's gonna hit not every fairway, but a lot of fairways. He's great with his wedges. He's great on bent. Makes a lot of sense. And every single person that I've seen is on Abe Answer. And like, look, I don't hate that. Like, he makes a lot of sense, but I don't think we're gonna get back-to-back obvious winners like we did last week. But I did bet him in the top 10 market because I do think he's gonna do well. Like, he has 2 fourth place finishes here in his last like maybe 3 appearances. So yeah, Abe Answer is gonna do well. I'm not gonna bet him outright, especially because I don't like these odds. He did open at 30 on DraftKings, but I'm not gonna bet Abe Answer in the outright market. My first bet is actually one of my favorite golfers, Victor Hovland. He's 20 on DraftKings. I got him at 22 at Caesars, I believe. Caesars or FanDuel, something like that. Why do I like Victor Hovland? He was 6th in my Model 1, which is always a plus. He's absolutely elite in the 2 bucket categories in 125 to 175. He ranks 7th and 19th in both of those, which isn't like a end all, like the best stat ever, but it does help. And he also is really good on bent. He's not really good on bent, but it's his second best surface. And I think this makes a lot of sense for Victor. Also, when Victor is a favorite, he wins. He won as a favorite in the BMW Euro event. I don't remember exactly what it was called, but he was like the favorite there. He was one of the favorites at Mayakoba. He wins. And like Victor Hovland's not really a favorite every week because he plays in good events and with other guys, with DJs and ROMs. But he's one of the favorites this week, and he does really good when he is a favorite. All right, we'll move on. The past few weeks I've been betting a lot of like darts, and I am keeping that trend going. I really kind of faded the top of the board, which I mean may not end up well for me, but I didn't love anything, especially in a minus 20 plus scoring week where Morton Laird is the defending champion. I want as many bullets as I can get. I'm not gonna load up Brooks Koepka, Victor Hovland, and Abe Answer. But I mean, maybe one of those guys will win. But I like my chances having more darts than just throwing a few, especially in a crapshoot event. I love Will Zalatoris. You guys know that. I will be betting him top 5. He finished, I think, 5th here last year. But again, he doesn't have minus 20 or greater in him. He doesn't have it. We saw that last week. He had the course record last week. He broke the course record. And then the next day he shot a 71 or 72. He finished minus 17. Yes, he's an amazing golfer, great player, but he doesn't have minus 20 in him. I've been saying that. I love the kid, but he doesn't have it in him. Bet him top 5. I did bet him top 5. All right, we're going down to my next play. As I said, I faded the top of the leaderboard, so I'm going to skip all the way down to my next play, and they are right next to each other. Joaquin Niemann and Matt Wolff. I'll talk about Waco first. I got him at 48 on FanDuel. 48 at FanDuel. I like Joaquin Niemann a lot here because not really as from like a model standpoint, but this course surprisingly comped out very similar to Rocket Mortgage, where he went 72 holes bogey free and lost in a playoff. The fairways are equivalent. Maybe I think it's a 1 yard difference in average fairway width, which is pretty cool because they're that similar, and the buckets are really similar. Like the average approach shot distance is very similar to Rocket Mortgage. So with those two things and Bent being by far his best surface, it wasn't really hard for me to get on Joaquin. And I like Joaquin. He has only won once in his career, and I feel like he's really itching to get back in the winner's circle. The putter has been pretty poor the last 4-5 events, but he's getting back to his best surface of bent grass. He's had all those weeks off. This is his first event this season. All those weeks off to dial his putter back in. So yeah, I think this is a good spot for Waco. He's got birdies in him. He's won at the Greenbrier, which is a birdie fest. And with the Rocket comp, I think Waco will do well this week. My next play is actually Matt Wolff, and it took me a while to get to Matt Wolff, but he finished runner up here. Sorry if I sound a little sick. I'm not feeling the best. He finished runner up here last year. Hold on, we got an update on the event. Brendan Todd just withdrew. Oh my God, Brendan Todd and Kevin Na just withdrew. What are we gonna do? Just kidding. Those guys are meaningless. Don't care about them. Matt Wolff, runner up last year. He had a good showing last week at the Sanderson. Benton is his best surface, and the key for Matt Wolff is his driver. If you look at his numbers towards the second half of the season last year, his driver was so out of whack. Like, it didn't really make sense because the driver is his best weapon. And if he can gain he gained 2.5 last week. He said Todd was his lock of the week. Matt Wolff gained 2.5 with his driver at Sanderson. I think if he can get 3+ with his driver this week, he's going to be in business. Like I said, he has great success here. He's a great approach player, but the driver is his key. If he can gain 3+ with his driver, he's on a surface that he likes. He's going to do well. It's not it wasn't that much of a hard decision. Yeah, the only thing that was which made it a hard decision was it's Matt Wolff. He's kind of tough to back these days after what he's gone through and how he's been performing. And the Twitter doesn't really it's so weird. It's like a love-hate relationship with Matt Wolff. I think he'll do good. All right, my next play will go down the board. Wow, these odds for DraftKings are absurd. Damn. The next guy I have down, based on my odds. Wow. All right, my next play, I'll talk about in the order I have, is Russell Henley. 55 to 1 on DraftKings. I have him 70 to 1 on FanDuel. I mean, if these books being so different is a good thing for us, because that means they don't really know how to price these guys, which is a plus for us. For example, Cam Champ at Rocket Mortgage range from not Rocket Mortgage. Cam Champ at 3M. Was that 3M you won? Yeah, 3M I think. Was range from 80 to 1 to 150 to 1. It means the books didn't know what to do with him, and he won. So Russell Henley, not saying the books don't know what to do with Russell Henley. It's only 50 to 70 range, but Russell Henley, he is elite, like elite in these buckets. What the hell? Come on, DraftKings. Sorry. Why are you changing on me? Oh, shit. Okay. DraftKings is taking these odds down because all the people that withdrew. So I will switch over to FanDuel real quick. Crazy. Because the people that are withdrawing, making them change the odds. Oh, no, not this. FanDuel Sportsbook. Here we go. I'll just keep speaking about Russell Henley while I bring up the new odds. Yeah, Russell Henley, he is elite in the buckets. He ranks 10th and 5th in the buckets, which is crazy. And they have the exact same buckets as they were at Wyndham, which he arguably should have won. He's not as good on Bent as he is on Bermuda, but he still is elite from these buckets. And 40% of the approach shots are going to come from the buckets. So, yeah, I like my chances with Russ. And Russ was on my blacklist all of last season, as you guys can tell, because Russ Henley's his way out of victories. But it's a new season. I'm willing to give him another shot, but it is Russ Bust. So we'll see. All right. Next guy, let's see where he is on these odds based on FanDuel. There we go. Brian Harman. Honestly, I don't suggest you guys bet Brian Harman at all. It just feels like a Brian Harman fit. He's a gainer on bent grass. Can make a lot of birdies. Can like that. He can heat up that miniature putter he uses. He didn't really model out for me at all, but that's the thing in betting golf. You can't go with the obvious things. I say it all the time, and that's why I win. You can't go with the obvious picks. Brian Harman, no one likes him. I don't like him at all. This is like the one guy I would say just don't bet him. Brian bet Harman too. Shit. It just feels like a Harman spot. I don't like Harman, but if I hate the thing about Harman is I hate when he gets in contention, and I don't, because I feel like he's always there to ruin something for me. If I have someone else, like say even like a matchup or like a top 10, like I feel like Harman will just jump over that one guy that I need. But I'm not gonna get too deep into Harman because I don't like him. I just feel like it's a good Harman spot. All right. My next guy is, let's see where he is on FanDuel. Oh my God, 45. My next bet is Mito Pereira. I have a 70 to 1 on a local, but you can get him, I think, as high as like 63, 65 on legal books. But I got him at 70, which is awesome. So Mito, Bent is his best surface. I know it's a small sample size. Bent is his best surface. He's an all-around good player. Driving distance is not going to affect it that much, but everything he's good at everything. If you look at his stats, he gains in all four damn near every week. Like, he's just a baller. In his 3 wins, his 3 wins on Corn Ferry have all were lower than -20. So he has that capability to get really low. And I know they're on a Corn Ferry Tour course, but like I said last week, scoring is a skill. Like being able to get that low is a skill. Like making birdies is not easy. So yeah, I think Mito. I was on Mito last week, and for the first time, I feel like there's no reason for me to get off of him, especially at 70 to 1. And he was 30, like 33 last week, something like that. Crazy. Literally crazy. 70, like, that's crazy. And if he wins on this fall swing, no one will be surprised. Yeah, Mito 70 to 1. And my final bet, I see him right there. I'm going to zoom in on him. Not Mark Leishman. I almost bet Mark Leishman. Here we go. I'm going to highlight him. Bang. Taylor Gooch. Elite ball striker. Bent is his number 2 surface. And if you look back to last season, he was always in the top 10, top 20 during the fall swing. and he just never got it done. But he was a popular pick last week at Sanderson before he withdrew, and I didn't see him as much from the guys this week. I know friends Andy and Rob is definitely going to be on him, but yeah, he's one of the best ball strikers in this field, and that's not gonna hurt him at all. He's not the best driver of the golf ball, and not the best around the green, but you can mask that with greens and regulation on this course, and you're gonna need to. But yeah, I just think strictly ball striking and price is why I got the Gooch. He was my last pick for the outright card. But yeah, I think Gooch is bound to have a good week. I think he will win in this fall swing, and this could be a good week for it. So that's all the outright picks I got. That's 7. Last week I had like 8 or 9. But yeah, for finishing positions, I haven't finished that yet, but that will be released tonight with the card most likely. I know I bet Ricky Fowler top 20. Has crazy success here, and he's crazy on bent. And I'd rather be early on Ricky than late. I bet Webb top 10 because Webb has unreal number. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna go to Rick's site and pull up Webb's numbers because they are just ridiculous at this place. All right. Don't worry. I have Rick's permission to use this site on stream. Let's look at Webb's numbers. And also, if you need me to deep dive any guys, you can do that. Webb Simpson, Shriners. Let's pull up both. Shriners. Okay. Look at these numbers from Webb at the Shriners. Like, that's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. And I'm not the biggest Webb guy. He's made me money in the past. I bet him first round leader like a year and a half ago. That's some crazy odds, and he won. But look at these numbers. Like, there's nothing that tells me not to back him in top 10 or top 20, especially coming off the Ryder Cup snub. Whether it was a snub or not, it wasn't a snub, but he definitely feels like he probably should have been on the team. I feel like he might come out fiery, and I'm gonna bet him top 10. I'm not. If you're gonna take him outright, I don't hate that, but yeah, those numbers are ridiculous. And then answer Zalatoris, I'm gonna bet top 5, and the rest of the card will be out probably sometime tonight. So thank you for watching. Keep up to date. I think either late tonight or early tomorrow, the full card and finishing positions will be out. So if you have any questions, feel free to DM me. Yeah, that's it. I hope everyone has a good night.